Hello everyone! We are going to be watching the Game of Wool show together. I have not watched any of this yet. If you haven't seen it at all, it is essentially kind of like the Great British Bake Off baking show. Essentially, they're trying to find the best knitter. I do knit, but I am mainly a crocheter, and I just didn't really have any desire to watch it, I guess. Like, it sounds really fun, but I was like, oh, if it's just knitting, whatever. One of my friends told me that I guess there's actually a lot more crochet than I thought there was in the show, so we're gonna watch it. I don't know how much crochet is in the first one, but I just wanted to watch it with you and give a little commentary while I watch it. That way, if you are not wanting to watch it, but just wanna get some highlights of the show, we can do that together. So let's just dive right into the show.
A new generation of knitters are taking...
And I have my little knit mug today that says, take it one stitch at a time. So essentially, like I mentioned, this show is to find the best knitter in the UK. So tons of people come and they're all knitters. Yeah, and from what I saw, like all the marketing, it was very much just specifically for people who knit. It wasn't really crochet, which really surprised me. This environment looks so cozy. I kind of just wish I was there. Like, it just looks so cute. The production looks so nice.
Sheila Greenwell, softly spoken, but with eyes sharp as steel.
The judges are kind of, they're so old. In the nicest way possible. Obviously, the host is Tom Daley. I know who that is. He's the Olympian that was like knitting while he was at the Olympics. So it's interesting that he is the one to host this, but I know nothing about the judges. I've never heard or seen them before. I don't know how long they have been filming this. I'm kind of curious to see how long they give for each project to be made.
All things wool, where the sheep are fluffy.
Wait, I missed it. How many did they say? How many people?
It's week 1. And 10 talented amateur knitters.
Only 10? That's not a ton. But how many people do they usually do for the British Bake Off? I'm not entirely sure.
Magical yarn barn.
I love all the sheep. Oh, so they call it a yarn barn. That is so cute. And there's so much yarn on the walls. This is so cute. I wonder how many signups I actually had for this show. Like, how many people in Britain are people who knit and crochet. They call being kicked off the show, like this reality show, being cast off, which is pretty funny. And I'm kind of obsessed with Tom's poncho that he has right now.
I have 2 people next to me who are true knitting VIPs, who have worked with the likes of Chanel, Vivienne Westwood, and even His Majesty the King himself.
So the judges are very much like in the fashion world versus like, I don't know. I don't really know anything about designers who are specifically in the fashion world, so I'm kind of curious to see their thoughts and ideas when it comes to design. Maybe they're more going to be in the design high fashion world rather than like actual what people would wear. So I'm kind of curious to see what they say about that.
I want to be completely blown away by creativity. Every stitch counts.
Every stitch counts. This girl's peacock like cardigan is gorgeous. I don't know, it looks crochet and that is so pretty. I wonder if she has like a pattern for it and I love this sweater on the side too. This one here, that is also super gorgeous. I love the ombre of the colors. I'm kind of excited to see what each of the players made to actually like wear for this. I would try to, oh, that's a better view. I would try to bring my best and brightest outfits, you know what I mean? To show off. Like this guy in the middle, in the back, in the flannel here, why is he not wearing anything knit or crocheted? Like, come on, man, you gotta bring it. So they need to make a Fair Isle tank top that represents them as a person. I'm gonna have to not make this full screen because I gotta get away from this UI. This is so annoying. So they said that it needs a few key elements. Let's see.
Repeating patterns, periods, or motifs in your tank top.
Repeated patterns and motifs. So I'm thinking that specifically like designs built in with the specific stitches. Like I mentioned, I do know how to knit, but I'm not the strongest knitter by any means. I learned probably 4 years ago. So I've actually never done Fair Isle before. So I don't have too much to critique about it or anything. I want to come at this as a crochet designer and person who crochets in general. And I think we're going to get that more in the future episodes, but we'll see what this one does.
But as a tank top, you only have 12 hours. So let's get knitting.
They only have 12 hours to make a tank top. What size yarn are we talking about? They're knitting. Knitting takes so much longer, especially Fair Isle. Did you see that guy's face? I want to go back.
Hours. So
Look at his face. He's like, excuse me? We have how long? That's so good. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Okay. Yeah, 12 is like way too short. That is kind of insane. I'm curious to see, I don't know, like how many days? Is this gonna be like 12 hours straight? Because that's kind of crazy. Also, we need to like relax and stretch our wrists. I don't know. Let's see how this goes.
tricky knitting style, which was invented here.
I like that they're giving some history about knitting. That's really cool. But I have heard a couple of knitters kind of say that they don't think that it's accurate, but I don't know that for sure. Oh, so we got some Rowan yarn. That yarn store looked perfect. And it also looked like a lot of them grabbed thicker yarn, which makes sense because for 12 hours only, we don't want some like fingering weight yarn for sure.
Which they have meticulously designed beforehand.
Oh, so they designed these beforehand. That's kind of nice, I guess, so they don't have to like actually think about what to design before the 12 hours starts. That's interesting.
Could take over 40 hours to finish using a fine weight wool. Our knitters are using chunkier yarn because they have just 12 hours to complete this first challenge.
That's so interesting. They like specifically mentioned that they know it takes a really long time, and that's why they grabbed a thicker yarn to make it happen or whatever. To be like, oh yeah, we know it usually takes longer, but this is what we're doing instead. Can we also say, in my head, that's not a tank top? Like, if it's, I don't know, with thick, like the thick top there, I call that more a vest. So it's interesting that they call that a tank top. I don't know.
I've started my tank top at the bottom edge with the ribbing.
This guy is so cute. Look at his little bow tie. Oh, he's a full fashion designer.
Fair Isle is very much what I like doing, but not on this yarn and not on this needle. So to tell me that I have to express myself on a super chunky yarn is like asking a vegetarian to express themselves with a medium of steak or something.
I love that he's like pointing out that using bulky yarn for this is kind of ridiculous and he's not very happy about it, and it doesn't feel like he's actually representing himself because he'd never use a chunky yarn to do so. The vest that he's wearing is basically what they're explaining, and I don't see that as a tank top. I think if your like armholes, neck hole, and the bottom all have ribbing on it, I feel like that's a clearer sign that that's a vest. Maybe that's just like the UK term for it, I don't really know. But calling it a tank top seems really weird. Especially like tank top seems to be like a summer wear thing, not like a winter wear.
Not great at estimating time.
Estimating time is literally the hardest thing.
I know what I'm doing.
Already familiar with the Fair Isle technique.
It's interesting to see how they hold all their knitting needles and like how they hold their yarn. This guy is a thrower or flicker or whatever you call it, where he like wraps the yarn around. So they just go straight 12 hours. That's crazy.
Is there anything with this project and this challenge in particular that you're concerned about?
For me, it's always the fit. I'm not a massive maker of garments and finishing it.
Yeah, that's a really interesting point of thinking about like worrying about the fit as well. Like if she doesn't do a lot of garments, do they talk about actually being able to get things to fit? Because if she's not a designer, that's kind of a hard thing to just like be thrown at you. So do they actually like talk about how to size the garments and everything? Or are they just hoping that they just know and they're having them dive right in? Are they helping to say, oh, you're probably gonna need around this many stitches, or helping them do the math. Like, that's interesting.
Making me laugh knit faster. Oh.
I have my granny's knitting needles.
That's interesting. So they like maybe bring their own knitting needles and things to work with. I was kind of wondering that, but I'm assuming they've got to do something if like something bad happens and they break, or... It's funny that like a lot of their B-roll is just videos of sheep. Like, that's all the B-roll for the whole show.
Cross for a cuddle. I'm busy knitting. Yeah,
I figure I'm here to just try and put
This guy is knitting the continental style, so he's holding it in his left. And I'd be curious to see, like, timing-wise, like, side by side, the continental versus, like, English style is a lot faster. Because I think it is, but I don't know. I'd be curious to see. Maybe they'll do that in one of the episodes or something.
That's 1 hour to go.
This is crazy, the timing. They definitely... 12 hours is not that long at all. 12 hours is a long time to straight knit. That is crazy.
Casting it off here.
And I bet their wrists are all dying. A lot of people are just, like, assuming that they're not finishing, which is rough.
He's guts.
He's steeking. So steeking is literally cutting your stitches, and they're supposed to be felted together to make it so it actually is like an armhole or like a neck hole or something. And I've never done it, and it sounds and looks terrifying. Something I'm also curious about is like, they must all just be making one size, maybe? I guess I didn't consider that. I just assumed that they were all making it to fit themselves, but the fact that, I don't know, like, people are different sizes, so a plus size person is gonna take them way longer to make this, so 12 hours would be crazy compared to like a skinnier, smaller person. So I don't know, I'm curious, like, they must just be making all one size, which I guess makes a lot of sense for challenge-wise, but it would kind of suck to like make this vest that's supposed to represent you and then not be able to wear it. More sheeps.
We have a special guest coming in to model them for you. Me.
So they're making it the size of the host, which is interesting. They really like hers, and honestly, it's very clean looking. I think it looks really good. They didn't really show it on him that much. I don't know if I love the colors on this.
Color, Stephanie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was, they barely said anything.
Great.
This one's super cute. I like the colors as well. I think this one looks a little messy, but I'm not gonna say too much because it literally was done in 12 hours. This one even looks even more messier, but honestly, like, in kind of like an artistic way, if that makes sense. This one's fun. I like the fringe at the top. That's really cute.
Next up we have...
I love the little bow. That is so cute. I like how she added a little something to it.
Sorry.
One of the judges is crying, which is
Thank you.
a little strange. The V-neck does look really clean on this.
Is quite chunky.
Like, it looks super clean.
Next up,
He didn't... Did he get to the ribbing on the arms?
The geese.
But I do really like the geese. That's so cute.
How would you, Holger, have finished off the armholes?
Well, I've finished one of the armholes. It's not ideally finished off either. Ideally, I would have finished the ribbing off with the Italian the bind off.
He's like stressing the fact that there was no time, which is really funny. Like, he seems kind of salty about it. The V-neck looked really clean. She looks so scared. Oh no. This is yeah, like, how did they actually worry about the sizing? This is so interesting.
Thank you very much.
I'd be really curious to see how they went through the sizing for this. That really sucks. Like, there's no reason for them to be disappointed in themselves for not getting it done in a, like, unreachable time. Like, kind of ridiculous. So the first half of the episodes are them, like, competing themselves, and then the next one is competing as a team.
for knitters.
They're wearing the same outfits. It's like filming the same day, maybe the next day, and they kept the outfits for congruency. Congruency? Is that the word?
As a team with a fitted.
Anyways, so they're going to be making a sofa covering. So they have 10 hours to make a sofa cover, which is kind of crazy. I wonder if this was all in one day, because that's insane. I mean, they can't be one day, right? That would be 22 hours. So this is obviously a second day. Have to be with the same outfits, I'm assuming. Yeah, there's no way. Sheep. I've never like knit or crocheted something where multiple people have their hands on it, so that would be really complicated and hard to do to make it like look uniform.
I'm good with chunky, whatever you need me to do.
Chunky, okay. We'll see.
One guy is so against like thick chunky yarn, but I think with a competition like this you just have to do chunky yarn just because of the time requirement. So I'm wondering if he's ever gonna get the chance to work with a thinner yarn, which I kind of doubt, but I don't know.
Team have decided to use a variety.
Oh, they have a little stitch book. That's so cute and so perfect, because I would not remember any stitches at all. They must have got a big sponsorship from Rowan, because that looks like all the yarn that's being used in this whole episode. I've never tried Rowan yarn. I don't know if you guys have. Let me know if you like it. They're using some giant knitting needles, which is actually like really exhausting on your wrists, because you're moving your wrists like way more than just very small with thin yarn. For some reason watching this, I kind of totally forgot that Tom Daly literally knows how to knit. Like, I'm like, what does he know? And I'm like, oh yeah, he does know. I don't know why I completely forgot about that. More sheep.
You're halfway through. 5 hours to go.
Oh my gosh.
The time requirements in this show are just kind of ridiculous, honestly.
Problem, then we need more time.
I can't imagine. They have to sew. Oh my gosh. I hate sewing. So having to sew all these pieces together would be my hell, honestly. I think it's gonna look really cool though. I'd be so bad at a game like this just because, oh, we got an ad. Just because I literally don't know how long it takes me to make things. Like, I have no concept of time of how long things are taking me, so.
Crocheting the back pieces together.
That's what I was gonna like mention, is that can you literally just like crochet them together, just because that would be so much faster than literally one by one needle sewing everything together.
Look, is it straight?
What do I care about straight?
They're just literally pinning them onto.
Do you think? Come on. Guys, do you need help pinning up?
This is so cute. They're all helping because they're like, this time is ridiculous and we're gonna help because this is ridiculous. I honestly love the gradient. That is so pretty. They're so disappointed.
I mean, it's a very ambitious design.
They're trying to find as many nice things that they can say about it.
There's some car crashes.
Well, there's lots actually.
Yeah.
These guys are expecting so much out of like 10 hours, which is ridiculous. Also, as designers for like giant fashion companies, like what do they actually make their own things, or do they send patterns off to other people?
And that sofa.
I don't know how that works. The ombre one, of course, since it's actually finished. I just love all the sheep, like so many sheep shots.
I mean, wow.
Now they're talking about who they're going to cast off. I'm curious to see who this is. But like, it just doesn't feel fair with the only reason to be cast off is just because of timing. I feel like Gordon is gonna be gone. That's my guess, just from watching everything, which sucks because I like him. I think it's Gordon. They're definitely pointing out to it.
This week is...
They're like, it's gotta be Gordon.
Gordon.
I knew it. I knew it. That really sucks. I really liked him. He seemed really fun. And it's so dumb that the only reason is because of timing. I'm curious to see if they're gonna get better at timing with the next episodes, but... Alright, yeah, that is what I have for the very first episode. If you want me to do the rest of the episodes like this, definitely please let me know. And if you have watched this episode, or if you are watching this show currently, first, don't give any spoilers because there's many episodes out right now and I have not watched all of them, so please don't spoil me. But also, yeah, I'd like to know your opinions about this show and specifically the first episode. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next one. Bye!
I wish I could leave my skin behind in this old rented room, float my way across the great divide and be buried